I'm supposed to be done by 4:10, so it was nice talking to you today. And we're a little behind schedule, so I'll try to push it right along here. Well, this is pretty special for me. Well, I took over as city Corunna manager 16 years ago, believe it or not. And in my first year, we started the construction of this organization. So this partnership, we're in our 15th year now. We're entering our 16th year, I believe. And we're pretty optimistic. I mean, you can't watch that presentation and see what's going on here and not get a little excited, can you? I mean, some great things are happening in Shiawassee County, and I'd like to think that this organization and your membership to make it possible is really what's making a lot of this happen. I think good news too. I think we're on the upbeat here. You know, 5 years into the creation of this, we started the organization recognizing that we had to be competitive. We're competing regionally, we're competing nationally, internationally, and we had to get together and work collaboratively, not only our business community, but our governmental community. So this is a private-public sector partnership to try to make things happen. And what was it, 5 years into the organization, 2008 happened to us. So it's been a challenge. It's been hard, and we've stuck with it. We've been persistent, and we're building back. So we're entering a new era now. Justin talked about the new board structure, which is very exciting. We got some new faces, and we're trying to get additional private sector involvement and actually scale back a little bit on the public sector. And that somewhat comes from the contribution levels. When we started out, we were 50-50, and now the private sector has overtaken us a bit, which is great news. That means the private sector is out there, it's growing, and it's getting involved. So the strategic plan, I'll run through real quick. Oops, I actually have a little pointer here, don't I? How can I implement this technology? I'll just say. Okay, next slide, Drew, if you would. Business growth. Three primary areas we identified in our strategic plan that we're working on, that we're kind of modeling to do. That first being business growth. This is our biggest sector. About 60% of our efforts we try to put into the business growth area, and we're enhancing some of these areas. One is our targeting. We're trying to be very proactive, put some additional resources, staff time and energy into targeting business that are good for this community, and working with the businesses we have to grow them. We recognize very early on in the organization that part of the key to success for any community is retention of your existing businesses and support of those existing businesses, trying to help them grow, prosper. That's what we're all about. We want the new businesses, but we really need what we got to grow. And we got some businesses right here in the room that are just doing spectacular with their growth. Enhanced partnerships. We have all kinds of partnerships now. Many of you are aware of the I-69 International Trade Corridor and Michigan Development Corporation initiative, and motors, and different, our chambers, our SEDP, and our public-private sectors. So we're going to keep working with that, with the Thumb region, with the Detroit region, with our regional partners, to try to make sure that we have those networks established to get the leads in here and grow businesses and opportunities. And then we're going to continue to work with our local governments, try to be a bridge in many cases between the private sector and the local government. As a city manager, I can speak to this very loudly. It's awesome to have this organization, because there are many times in the public sector where we don't have the ability to work confidentially with developers to the degree that they need. Because in the public sector, we're public. So this provides a little bit of a bridge to us too in cases where we need to work confidentially with businesses and to have a go-between with the government until they get to the point where they can really announce projects and make them move forward for all kinds of very strategic reasons involved in that. Because again, there's a lot of competition out there as business owners. For those of you that are, you understand the sensitivities. If we could, next slide, please. Building the talent pipeline, another huge area of focus for us. Again, about 20% of our efforts, I think, we try to put in this area, and that's working with the RESD, the schools, to continue building those relationships. And most of our school districts are members of the organizations. Those that aren't, we're going to get you on board. Also, working with different tours and videos. And this institution, I'm embarrassed a little bit. I've grown up in this county. I was born in Flint. Grew up in Owosso, moved to Corunna, been here all my life other than my little military stint. I didn't know this existed. This is fabulous. As a city manager, I'm looking at public works and a lot of the things we do, saying I need to link in with you guys here a little bit, because there might be some training I want to send my guys to, guys and gals. One of the things we're going to enhance is our collaborative in partnership with various institutions and employers, again, to try to fine tune, to get down into the specific workload and needs and desires, and try to make sure we're customizing our efforts where we need there. And we'll continue to co-sponsor job fairs and exhibits and work with other partners too. Next slide, please. The third area is market intelligence. So again, this is the remaining 20% of kind of our efforts and ongoing research in this area that will continue working to work with that strategic development strategy. And one of the new things we're going to work real hard is assessment, SWOT analysis. Who's done SWOT analysis before? They're great. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. It's kind of a good way to do a broad stroke visioning, get people on board, working, pulling the oars in the same direction so we can try to build the organization. So I'm not going to go through that fine print because I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on anymore. 16 years has done that to me too, right? So here's the good news, right? We set a target. Next slide, please. Budget goal, $400,000 was our budget goal for this next campaign. Again, this is going into year 15 and beyond. And the way, and where that goal comes from is we looked at those three areas in our strategic plan and said, okay, what resources do we need to properly staff and properly support those areas and those goals? We need to add some additional staff in order to do that, and some additional associations and memberships. And $400,000 was the budget, was our target budget. We said if we can accomplish that, we can really move this organization to the next level, which is a very aggressive goal. Our last campaign, $300,000. So that's a 33% increase. And as you know, that is just a huge, huge step. And where did we end up? Next slide, please. All right, I'd like to give a quick round of applause to Justin and Brent and our organization. We didn't know we'd make it. This happened in the last couple of days. We broke that 400,000 point. Ended up at a 35% increase in our funding, our budget, and our capabilities moving into the next phase of the SEDP. And I think the timing is perfect because things are starting to pop for us. And there's a lot of excitement in the community. And the cool thing is it's throughout our entire community. It's not one municipality, it's not one township, it's not one business. We're seeing things pop all through the county and through all of our government jurisdictions. Just a quick synopsis. Next slide, please. Again, 166 investors. Pretty impressive. You know, that's how many people are involved in this organization now. We had better than a 99% retention rate. We lost one. So that's phenomenal. So everybody's again stuck with us here, and we've added many new. 46 new investors. Again, 166 investors, 46 of them new, and we only lost one in the retention. So that's a huge growth. So that's extremely exciting to us to see all these new faces and people coming on board, because we look at that as new ideas, new thoughts, new demands, new needs, and we can grow together and work together. 63% private, 37% public. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. We used to be out 50-50. So thank you to the private sector for propping us up and keeping us moving forward. You're responsible for the growth, is the private sector. And this is our budget trajectory. You kind of see in this slide too, which is kind of cool. 2002, when we started this thing out, it was a $250,000 goal. And we worked in little steps. 2007, our first renewal campaign, we bumped it 30,000 to 280. 2012, we got to that 300,000 level. And then this year we said, you know, let's go for it. Let's get moving. The economy's popping, and we need to be ready for it and working for it. $400,000, we made it. We made it. Again, thank you to everybody. 15 years of tremendous support of the organization, and I can't be more excited about the next 15 years. I think it's going to be a lot more fun. We have a lot of confidence, I think, in our leadership and the SEP, our membership, our employees, our staff, and our government officials to really move this county forward. So thank you much.